delay on this time.
It's probably helpful.
It's usually helpful. I've got to remember to put that back on, though, for the next stream.
Oh, that was easier to find than I thought it was.
Hooray! Well, I mean, I think I sent it all to you via Discord anyway, so it should be there somewhere. Whether you got the updated one for your stuff and things is another matter.
You know, I do have the updated one.
Excellent.
That's what I meant. Why it was
Excellent.
easier to find than I thought it would be.
Right, let's just have one last quick scan around, see if we can find Nave, but I don't think he is around. And then we will go and scramble.
Eggs.
Well, we can scramble some eggs if you wanted, sir, but real food's not available at your clearance level. Not regularly enough, anyway. You get 1 piece of fruit a month.
Free fruit.
That sounds rather nice.
Yeah. You get 1 real apple.
Yep, you do. Real food apple. To be fair, it's usually a real food apple. Sometimes it can be different, but traditionally that's what it is.
Because it's the red apple.
Indeed.
Why is it red?
Because it has to be?
Well, it can be green.
No!
Treason!
Treason?
You cannot have a green apple, citizen, until you're a green clearance. And to be fair, at green clearance, you can have real food in every meal. At blue clearance, you only eat real food. That is the dream.
Indeed.
You also no longer have to eat the waxy real food apples. Right, friends.
I will still always have a soft spot in my heart for plastic cheese pizza, though.
It can save you if you need it to. Last online a day and 8 hours ago, so I don't think he's going to be around. And if he is, I can't get him. Okay, well that was last attempt at that. So, we are missing a team leader. Mr. Wuf-R has fixed his hair for the last time and has puffed in and has basically disappeared. His team leader badge falls to the ground. As does his laser barrel, I suppose.
I want to go for his laser barrel immediately.
You have picked up a laser barrel. Have a personality point.
Yay! Gee, how many shots did he fire with that laser barrel? Has he fired any shots?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh, okay.
Since we only just got issued it.
No, I wasn't going to tell him that much.
Make a deduction.
I mean, I can only barely remember what happened like 10 minutes ago. Let alone
Well, I'm glad you brought this up, because I feel that what we need here, since it's been a couple of weeks, is for everybody to recall exactly what they remember about the last session. All the highlights, all the events, all the significant moments, and we will start with Tiamat R.
Okay, so basically, we ended up going to a place. I got assaulted by B3 machine and somehow managed to escape. The other two did some McGubbins and got a clone. We destroyed a train, multiple trains, and killed the traitor. We then got our gear and are now awaiting mission structure.
Okay, I've made a couple of notes of things there. We will then continue on with... who do we want to go next? Let's go with Rob-R Bob.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was about to say, Rob-R Bob was not your character, so you lose that perversity point I gave
Bad,
you.
sorry.
You lose that perversity point I gave you.
Oh.
Anyway, since you were so rudely interrupted, Rob-R Bob, we will allow you to resume.
My arm hurts. And I'm the hygiene officer.
And that was a very...
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Train. We got hit by a train. And now we need to get on a train.
That was very descriptive. I'll give you a perversity point for that. Because it amused me. Alright, I was going to go to Numar 1 next, but clearly he's got to go last since he skips his turn. So, let's go for Guybrush Threepwood R Pi RT.
I party.
Well, I need to put pirate in there, and that was the only way I could do it.
Yep.
So, what do you remember of the session?
Unfortunately- Let's see. I remember not being a famous pirate, and what else? Oh yeah, I remember Connor. Oh wait, not Connor. It was Tiamat. He destroyed a train.
Mobius.
Beep.
Beep. Do we even know each other's names yet?
No.
At no point nobody has asked about this. But I will say now that for clarity, this is why I'm using it. It didn't help as well because it was new characters for the most part. I didn't know your names for the most part as well. I will definitely be trying to use character names a lot more for in this session.
Yeah. Well, I remember what happened with me there is I got lost. No, I didn't get lost. I was the best.
You had an existential crisis about your current position.
I had an excellent crisis.
I might be lost. I don't know.
I made the grave but honorable mistake of consulting an information terminal.
Yep. You weren't the only one.
And then I died. And then I got clipped by a train. But I was alright.
Yes, there was.
I only got stunned.
Just using this as the feedback for this, I imagine the only thing people are taking is that I attack troubleshooters with trains a lot. I don't. It's very rare that I attack troubleshooters with trains. I mean, I did it to Dylan at least twice, but I very rarely attack troubleshooters with trains. Actually, I can think of a third session I've used the train to attack you with. Okay, fine. I'm a killer GM, but I use trains.
Oh yeah. I also. What is it? Also remember, what is it? No, wait, I wouldn't remember this because I wasn't there. Never mind.
You can remember. That doesn't matter in a recap. You can remember things that didn't happen to you.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I remember Agen getting in with the fishbowl head people in the car.
Yes.
That was beautiful. He crashed a car. It was beautiful.
We also rolled for Mara's mood, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Well, only because you felt you needed help at that point.
I think you killed everybody with the train. That's what good mood Mara does.
Well, indeed.
I mean, in fairness, out of character, it's not Shadow that attacked you with the train, it's me. But okay.
Yeah, in fact, actually, thinking about this, Dylan was mostly attacked by trains, and when it happened to Senor back in one of the tunnel missions, I think it was you were there, so you're entirely responsible for the train-based calamities.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
it's not Shadow is not the one that attacks people with trains. I am via Shadow.
I also bear some responsibility for that because I threw Debbie off a train moving ludicrously fast.
I think we're getting off the rails here.
This is exactly how Paranoia works, don't worry about it. I'll cut it out in the editing.
Getting off the rails.
I had something to say.
I totally won't cut it out in the editing because we know he doesn't edit.
Indeed, I don't. So, moving on to Wibble Friend.
Oh, what do I remember? I remember taking a little trip to see a certain console, having a friendly conversation revolving around beep and beep beep and beep you later. And then I remember having a conversation with an information terminal, which turned out not to be a mistake.
I don't know, it was a weird thing, but it didn't turn out to be a mistake that time.
It didn't.
It might have turned out to be a mistake for the information terminal, but we'll get to that later.
And I had a fairly uneventful trip off to Sector AAA, where we met a lovely man by the name of Gordon Y. Ace. He wasn't at all terrorized or worried about his sanity or being forced to do things. And he, of course, assigned us the lovely mission for the experimental Hypertrain, the technical services project, where we are to travel from Sector AAA to Sector ZZZ in about 80 hours. So the implication is we're supposed to make it in 80 hours.
Hey, that's what the name of the mission is. I mean, it might have no bearing on it whatsoever.
It may not. And the complications, of course, are uncertain and restricted. Nevertheless, we have had some equipment dispensed, and we have been given party roles, mandatory bonus duties, in fact.
Indeed.
But most of all,
Oh, sorry,
I just remember beep.
Beep. Can I just check? Did anybody because obviously Nave had his character sheet and he didn't send it to me. Who's got the button?
The button.
The button.
Button. I seem to recall picking up a button.
Okay, it's just because there are a few odd items during that during the session where you picked up equipment. The button was one of the items that was slightly significant. There were 2 boxes of pills, and those were picked up by Hygiene, and who picked up the other one. Yep.
I remember somebody stamping a button.
Yep, somebody did that.
Yeah.
But he's not going to admit to it yet, so we're going to move on to number 1, 2. Oh, by the way, just for reference...
1, 2.
Sorry, before you start, just for reference, Number 1 is on his second clone, Rob R. Bob is on his second clone, Tiamat R is on his first clone somehow, Wigglefriend is on his first clone somehow, and Guybrush is on his second clone.
Somehow was by me not being on the platform when the train hit.
Yeah, but I was.
For the record,
The somehow stands for you. For me, I was inside rooms. It doesn't really matter.
Well, the train wasn't that lethal. All it did was break an arm at worst.
Number 1, 2. What do you remember about the previous session?
To be fair, I would have still been on my first clone if it wasn't for Agen's terrible ability to drive. Okay.
His ability to drive involved ripping the center console.
Yes. I mean, I'm the equipment guy. I definitely legally took control of someone's car.
It was an odd reaction to the fishbowl people.
It was definitely violating all sorts of things. I had to refer to a committee. So
The thing is, Carol, I would like to recall that not only did you steal the car, you also defaced the exterior of the car.
Yes, it needs to be referred to a committee. Therefore, it had to be stamped with my stamp.
Yes, which the blue and 2 green clearance citizens inside the vehicle, presumably the blue clearance person as he was driving it owned it, took some issue with that.
They might have, but I think what I did was perfectly legal. It broke 70 regulations on maintenance and things like that, and I reckon that I feel vindicated of what I did. My only regret is that was letting Agen drive. That's my only regret.
Okay. Your team leader, Wuf-R 1, combs his hair and disappears in a puff of logic. His team leader badge falls to the ground.
See what combing your hair does?
I mean, I might change his mutant power by the time he gets back here, but I'm fairly certain he has teleportation as his current power anyway.
So it would be explicable. Hooray for!
I mean, I don't actually know that's his power at the moment. I can probably check that. Hold on. I realise I'm giving away information, but I'll change it before next session if he comes back.
But you also realise you're giving away information that only he would know, and as the GM, you can just make that canon. Yeah,
I mean, he supposedly has energy field, but now he's got teleportation, so...
There we go.
Good. Well, he found
He's
out.
some sort of evil super mutant.
He might have 2 powers, yes, I know. Weird. Oh, actually, does Zelly want to take over a character?
I was just thinking that. You could ask him. Hang on.
If Zelly takes over his character, do I have to give back the laser barrel?
Well, you may have to give him that as well. Oh, I need to actually... Hold on, where is he? There you go.
Does this mean that so wait, no,
Right. I've given him...
Zelly says yes. More accurately, he said sure thang chicken wang, but...
I've given him a character, he just needs to get in here.
Okay.
In fact...
tell him to speak English.
No.
If he speaks French, his disability...
He's a Scouser. He needs to Scouse.
He does.
Nobody needs to scouse.
Apart from Scousers.
Yeah.
They should be stopped.
If you wish to declare war on Liverpool, be my guest. I don't think it'll end well for you, though. You find all your tanks on bricks.
I will, however, in fairness, re-roll his mutant power now that I've revealed it twice. But
I was going to say.
What do you mean it just had to be me again, Onion?
I mean,
Onion meant precisely what he said.
exactly.
He's an onion.
He's an onion.
That'd be
He's
me.
got
What you're
layers,
saying
like an ogre.
Yeah, he has layers.
It's also if you cut him up and fry him, you could put rice on.
What? If you cut him up and fry him, you can put rice on him? What? You know that whole thing about being drunk, Agen?
it's very possible.
I might need.
Hello.
I might need more alcohol to get through tonight.
Yes, hello.
You don't need any.
I can't remember exactly what his tics is. I know one of his tics was combing his hair. I can't remember what his second one was. But I will allow you to remake that.
It's funny you mentioned combing your hair because, guys, I've just hit my head and I feel I've forgotten everything that I did in the previous session.
And you've just missed us recapping everything as well.
I've just missed the whole entire. Yeah, I've unfortunately hit my head quite badly and had a severe amnesia.
Your voice changed.
I feel like a whole new man.
Yeah, you're
Good
significantly
news.
less Scottish.
My eyes have been open to all treason, to all. I'm a whole new man, and I'm ready to serve friend computer in a way I never could before.
So continuing
Because
on from
obviously
my
I'm superior.
statement earlier, he vanishes in a puff of logic, his team leader badge collapses to the ground, bounces up as he pops back in a puff of logic, and grabs his badge.
So,
Yes.
in good news, you are team leader. Well done.
You
I
Richard
definitely
is
should be
team
team
leader.
leader, as I'm definitely superior to who I used to be.
Quite possibly, quite possibly. So, you see 5 confused red clearance clones around you.
One holding his arm.
One holding his arm, which is a bleeding stump at this point.
Are you all my boys? Are you my team?
Beep.
Yes, sir.
Maybe.
Why the fuck are you all standing around, just looking at me looking stupid? Get to work. What are you doing? You got a mission.
What do you do? Look stupid.
Well, you're team leader.
I mean,
Lead.
Yes, go that way.
Which way are you pointing?
Yes,
Yes.
that way.
I start walking that way. I don't know where that way is. I start walking.
See?
You walk into
See,
a wall.
that's the chutzpah that I need on this team. I like the cut of your jib.
I'm gonna start walking in circles.
So, I think as funny as this is, in fairness to Zelly,
Yep.
we should at least tell him what the mission is.
Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I know
You
exactly
don't
what
need to
we're
know
doing.
anything about the mission. I have given him the Secret Service information. He somehow remembers that, or the information was just zapped into his brain at the same time. I've also thrown my pencil at myself, which is weird.
What are you talking about? Secret Service? What
I don't know. Assuming you have any,
what do
you
you
might not.
No.
He's loyal. Of course he doesn't.
Of course he isn't.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy talk.
You
As
also
loyalty
have,
officer?
just for reference, you have a laser barrel. I don't think you were given any other equipment at that point, but if you have, it vanishes the puff of logic now as well. So
He actually has a laser barrel.
yes,
Wait,
he
am I
has a laser
yellow?
barrel.
Do I have a laser barrel?
You're red. You're all red clearance citizens. You're starting clones. But you've got a red laser barrel from the equipment as officer.
okay.
There we go.
I'll retcon me taking
You have
those
you have
laser
a you have a
barrel.
vision of a past life where you were talking to a little kid. He gave you stuff. He gave you the barrel.
Oh, okay.
He was the PLC officer.
Okay. Thankfully, I'm not. a
You also
member
have
of the
vague
church, so this
memories
is
of
perfectly fine.
trains. You have no idea why though.
Choo choo, motherfuckers, let's go!
where?
In fact,
Yeah.
we're basically in the train station right now.
You're
Can
around
you-
the back
can you
of the
all-
train station actually.
Can
but
you
yes.
all remind me of your names? I've hit my head pretty hard. Maybe perhaps type them so that I don't forget immediately.
I left the room. I started going in that way.
I said you walked into a
you
wall.
walked into a wall.
Oh,
Walked into a wall,
okay.
yes. I've just assumed you continued walking.
I
like, you're
continued
just
walking
in
into the wall.
place.
Yeah.
Okay. Your face hurts,
That guy's
but
good.
you carry going.
That guy's real good.
That guy would be the number 1, 2, who is the equipment guy.
Did you say
Hi.
the number 1 2?
That's his name. Number one.
I'm number
two.
1 too. Yeah, that's my name.
Basically, what we're doing is just renaming ourselves on
Yeah,
Discord.
you know
Right
that makes so
names.
much more sense.
That actually
Yeah.
does make a lot of sense.
Just do that. Yeah.
Ah, fuck! I did the wrong thing. That's not my name. You just call me Nick if you want. It's fine.
That's fine. If you have access to the role-playing servers, the text chat in there has got the dice roller built in, so you can use that for any dice rolls you need to make.
Yeah, the role-playing section, something wibbly approaches or whatever.
I got a
Perfect.
52.
You got a 52, which in a D20 game is impressive.
Yes.
Also, don't do what Agen did and just roll 20. That was fun, but don't do it.
Wait, what does that do?
If you
Oh,
roll
it's
20,
Actually,
you roll
gives
20.
you 20.
Oh, so
Because he forgot the D,
You just did
yeah.
20.
So he rolled a 20 and critically
Wait,
failed.
can I do this? Can I do this and then edit it? I rolled a D20 and I got a perfect 20.
Yep,
Nice.
so
Yeah,
You
critical
did
failure.
Paranoia.
Oh,
You want to
critical
get
failure.
1.
Shit!
Yeah, that's why it went really wrong for Agen, because he forced himself to have a critical failure.
One other just point quickly, Zelly, your character is on his second clone.
Ah,
He was partially treasonous in his other life, but don't worry, everything's improved now.
I think there's some treasonous information on my character sheet here. It says player knave. Who the?
I know,
what the-
I know. You
What?
can remove that if you want.
I'm gonna have to fix that.
I'm also going to
Player.
reset your. I mean, in fairness, he hadn't been alive long enough to accrue very many treason points, but you're back down to the starting level now for your second clone.
Ah, hell yeah.
My head itches.
Shadow,
Yes.
have you seen my second tick?
Possibly. It's.
Everyone's gonna think I'm a dick. I mean, they already do, but everyone's gonna hate me.
Hold on. I don't even got your character up at the moment. Oh, that's why. Hold on. Yeah. I know. He didn't use that. He didn't use that one very much. He was more concerned with the first one. But you feel free to take it however you want.
Okay.
So anyway, introductions then. So your equipment guy is Num R1, who is playing by Chiral.
Hello.
Your hygiene officer
Al.
is Rob R. Bob, who is Agen.
Okay.
Your happiness officer is Tiamat R. Mad, who hates that name and has a different one. He wants to.
It's Mobius.
What's he, the happy?
He's a happiness officer who wants to be called Mobius for some reason.
Tiamat, yeah, Connor.
Then we have Wibble Friend, who is Marajin.
And he's just a normal troubleshooter, right?
He's a loyalty officer.
Oh.
Because apparently, one of your decisions as in your previous life was to give Marajin the loyalty position, which was clearly the worst decision you've ever made.
I'm so glad I hit my head. I'm so glad I hit my head real hard. Hey,
And
Real's
that-
hard. Where's that guy? Where's Real's hard?
Oh, he's
We
coming
technically
on.
met him.
I had one of his characters as the briefing officer.
Yeah, the briefing officer was Gordon Y. Ace. Because
Of course.
his first character, I think, was Gordon R. Ace.
Then Gordon Oace, who unfortunately went outside. He never came back.
Went outside and he decided to live with the squirrels in the tree.
Sorry about that. I just need to go for a bathroom break.
Yeah, that's fine. We're just getting the process started up, so don't worry. And finally, this leaves Party Commisar, who's playing as Guybrush Threepwood R. Pi RT.
Did you just sneeze? Are you okay?
Yes, I sneezed.
Commissar, please change your name. Please change
No,
your
he
name.
wants to be Guybrush
I need
Threepwood,
that.
pirate.
What is he? What's his role? What's his role?
Guybrush Threepwood, famous pirate.
R. Pirates.
Pirate.
Guybrush Threepwood
Okay,
R.
he's just a
Pirates.
pirate. Yeah, that's
The
his
only
role
note
as
I have
well.
on Guybrush
That's his new
Threepwood
role.
is has shoelaces. I don't even know what that means. now.
And
I have shoelaces.
I don't
Carol,
even remember why I
Carol,
wrote
what's your role? What's your role, Carol?
Oh, hello. Yes.
Chiral's equipment guy, and Party Commissar is the recording officer, who I don't know if I gave him any of the equipment, but you now have the ability. You will now paint in Paint. Whatever actions happen,
Oh, we're doing the Microsoft Paint.
because we find this endlessly amusing. If you can't paint well, don't worry about it. It's not going to look out well. Just capture any
I'll be
critical
open
events.
up paint. Yeah.
Let me open up.
jealous.
We did this once before to question it, and it was the most hilarious thing.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
So
By
we'll
the
ask
way,
you to do that, but don't worry too much about it. If you get halfway and you just give up on it, fine. You also have a small handheld cam recorder.
What is Paint called on? I got like Paint.net. I got Paint 3D. What is it called on Windows 10?
I think they changed it to Paint 3D. I
It's
know.
just Paint.
No,
Paint
it
is
has
still
Paint
there.
3D and Paint.
Ah,
They're different
Paint.
things.
Paint.net was one that they were making as a replacement. They decided not to use, and the developer said, "Can we make it open source?" And they said, "Yeah, why not?"
And it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's okay.
okay.
I have to use the official proper
No,
Paint.
Well, you can choose whatever you want. It was just that was first thing that came to mind. You probably had. So
but don't use Paint 3D because that's
if
not
you've
what
got proper drawing software, go for it. Go nuts. But
I was gonna say, like, if it were given to me, I'd be using Paint Tool Sci.
If you have a scanner and a piece of paper, you could just draw it if you want. As long as you scan it and send it up, it's fine.
yeah, and I want an image for the end of the session. If not, whatever you get, just send me a picture of that, and I'm just gonna put it on the stream for no reason.
Commisar, if you don't change your name, I'm going to refer to you as you for this whole campaign.
Fine.
To be fair, that's your normal tick. That's your
Listen,
normal level of ticks.
You. Get on. Do your job.
Okay, so now that Agen has returned and number one is still walking into a wall, you are behind the train station. You do hear a number of whistles going on in the background.
Train whistles or people
Indeed.
whistles?
Whoever was doing that, stop, have a thirsty point, and never do that again.
Wait, does that count as both of us then?
It might be why I heard it.
Two
But...
of you whistled simultaneously. Yeah,
Okay, you can both have a thirsty point, but never do that again.
I mean, it was quite painful.
You can also see that a crowd of red clearance and infrared citizens are now walking to the station platforms.
Indeed. So am I.
Okay,
I guess I'll follow as well.
I do think.
Can I start going in that direction, sir?
Wait, you still walking into that wall?
Ow, yes. Ow, yes. Ow, yes.
I think
Redirect.
you why your head hurts, Chiral.
Do you actually have a massive headache in real life? Yeah.
So, all of you, with the exception of number one, then I suppose, are going around following the crowd.
Oh yes. I haven't told him to come with us yet. Continue.
Ow, okay.
I'm just going to ask just a question because of a message that's been sent to me. Were you in the session where those originally appeared?
No,
Okay, good.
I haven't been in any. This is my
That's fine. I just I know this is from something, and obviously Nate didn't use any of them in the previous life, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Send you
We'll
that.
see.
I'll send you that.
It's all good. No, I had the character sheet already, so it's all good, and I'm aware of what those are. So yeah. All right. As you walk around, you can see a crowd of people crowding around the station platforms. The wreckage of the trains appears to have been miraculously swept away, leaving just one 6-carriage train on the platforms. The carriages are state of the art, by which I mean they look really old-fashioned. There's a walkway around each of the central sort of partition areas. It's all silver, sleek, but in terms of how it looks for people in the real world, looks like the old sort of 1900s style train wagons.
So it's the Orient Express, basically.
Pretty much the Orient Express. There's a walkway around the outside of a central partition on each of them, but it's sleek, shiny, and while some of them are color-coded, it's mostly silver. You can see that a few of the infrared citizens are setting up a podium in front of it.
Are they saying or doing anything of note, or are they just making a podium?
Most of the crowd is just milling around at this point. There's a handful of reds, mostly infrareds, though, in front of you.
I'm essentially just going to barge my way through the crowd towards the train, obviously.
Fair enough. Make a violence check for your ability to barge.
This could be fun. I actually succeed.
Yeah, that's the surprising thing for you. Okay. You are able to make your way through the crowd, trampling over a few infrared citizens along the way. You arrive at the front.
As it should be.
I am going to follow Wibblefriend.
Okay, well, you're going to follow the same path, or are you going to crowd part over a
I'm
different
going to follow the same path. Path of least resistance.
Okay, roll a violence check.
You're still a massive crowd, Connor.
Roll D20.
Let's just make a quick check, but I think that's a pass for you, actually. Okay. At some point during the middle of his tranching through there, he suddenly disappears downwards.
Dang it. Come on, paint, launch already.
How intensive is paint? What?
Apparently massively so.
It's
Yeah, it's like it's not launching.
Shadow, is the crowd infrareds or reds?
Mostly infrareds, there's a few reds dotted around.
no other clearance levels.
No other clearance levels at this point.
I take off my red reflect armor and say, out the way infrareds, I'm throwing my armor directly in front of me. And I start throwing my red armor right in front of me and hoping they all scatter. I'm not allowed to touch red, right?
Well, I mean, the
Okay,
problem if they
everyone
did,
touched
so thrown weapons, I suppose.
I just throw it in front of me and hope that they disperse. How do I...
D20 and we'll just check against your thrown weapons for the moment. I know it's not strictly speaking that, but you know.
Wow.
That's not great.
It lands about an
not a
inch in
good
front
throw.
of you, and the one infrared it's slightly inconveniencing does leap out of the way.
I use this as my advantage and start just pushing it with my foot.
Okay, as you push it with your foot, you
So I
eventually
can
nudge enough infrareds out of the way to make a wedge.
Excellent.
I'll let you have that one.
It's passing the infrared sea.
He is passing. Unfortunately, unless you're
Wait, do
going...
I find...
I was about to say, unless
Do I
you
find my friend?
I'm going to say no for the moment. But unless the others are going with you immediately, this sea is closing back in on you as he pass.
Immediately following the boss, man.
Making the agility check.
All right, agility check.
I'm very fast at moving this with my foot.
Well, it's just whether he's reacted fast enough. That's all I'm going for with this. I don't think that's a pass for you. Let me check.
I don't have my character sheet, so I have no idea.
Oh, you don't have your character... Alright, I can resend you the character sheet, actually.
Thank you.
Actually,
Can
you
you
might...
remind me how checks work?
You need to roll underneath the skill. If you don't have a particular skill, you use the top level bit. So, if you don't
So
have...
if I had a 12, for example, I'd want to get less than 12?
Yes.
Less than or equal, yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Thank you.
If you go over, it's a fail. If you
Commisar,
get
I actually sent it to you in Discord, so that's your character sheet there.
critical fail. Yeah.
The only thing you won't have is anything you've added on since then.
Where is it?
If you go into just a standard Discord chat, because I sent it to you through Discord.
Oh.
Shadow, are you on YouTube or Twitch?
I'm on Twitch at the moment.
Okay.
It is twitching.
We are twitching!
For the record, can I see this? Have they actually already
Playing-
walked? Is someone else far away?
playing
Well, I thought you were still walking
English-
into a wall, so you can see.
I was. So is everyone else actually like?
I think
can I
they've
see
left,
them?
they've left you
Yeah.
behind at this point.
Yeah.
That must
I'm
be
actually gonna go look for them now.
Okay,
like in general, right?
this is going to be slightly
I was
difficult
go- I was
because
go-
all you are seeing is red.
I was going to get to the other side and then start going, man, I wonder what number 1 would do. Man, I wish he was here.
But guys, what's going on? Have you seen anyone looking?
Can he even see past all the stars he's seeing from?
Oh, he's mostly covered. He's
continuously
bleeding
bashing his
he's bleeding from his forehead, so he can't see a lot.
It's fine. It's red blood. It's fine.
Yeah.
move
This
on.
is true.
You
If
can see red. Everything is red clearance.
you want to just pick a direction to walk in.
No, I'd like to wipe my face if I can.
All right, fine.
With,
You'd be boring and wipe your face. Okay.
I'm in a bit of a train station, and I know how
You
this
see in
goes.
front of you a grey wall with a very large circle of red clearance in the middle of it. It's dripping down.
Nice.
You also
think I
appear
should
to be
probably clean
alone
that.
in your current area. You can hear a lot of commotion and conversation going on, and one scream from somebody who sounds very similar to Tiamat.
I guess I'll head over that direction.
As you walk around the corner, you see Rob R. Bob, Wibblefriend, and I think you're the only two still left outside of the crowd, aren't you?
Well, I pushed through the crowd.
Oh, you did, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm stood next to the train on the other
No,
side.
it's Guybrush I'm thinking of. Guybrush is still there.
Yeah, Guybrush was. Well, I rolled the thing to try to follow the leader.
You did.
Did I succeed?
You
or
did not
I
succeed,
fail?
so you unfortunately caught up in the infrared sea.
Cries of distress.
I suppose it's
Do I
suitable for
recognise him in the
Guybrush.
massive infrareds then?
Yeah, so Tiamat and Guybrush are now basically stuck in the infrared sea somewhere. However,
Okay.
Wibblefriend and Wuf-R have made it to the other side.
Hooray.
So
Yes.
Rob and Num, the dream team is together again. How are you going to get through this? That is a battle cry for the ages.
It is.
I lean over and whisper to Rob. Do you want to try get help?
What help?
Jeez, Bob's very depressed.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Agen.
Okay, I don't think he's going to
Throw him
resist
on
you
the
much.
ground. Not in the crowd, but next to the crowd, shouting, "Help! This red clearance citizen needs help! Somebody help him!
Okay,
There'll be an amazing reward for helping this red clearance citizen."
let's just have a
Trying to get
check
some
on
units out of the
something
way,
here
see?
because
that's the idea.
yeah, no, that's fine.
Does anyone hear anything? Does anyone hear anything at all?
You
No, didn't think
you
so.
will hear him, but I'm checking something else in a moment here before we get.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm hearing. I'm choosing to.
Can you make a management check for me? Because I don't think you have the relevant skill for convincing a crowd or even individual people to do things.
Not Con Games or Chutzpah? Okay.
Well, you're not really using either of them at this point. You're trying to.
No, I suppose. That's slim fail, but a fail.
You are mostly ignored. Agen, the other red clearance
Yes?
citizen has thrown you to the ground.
You should try and play this up.
I scream.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He
He's
needs
straight-
help!
The broken arm.
Someone help him!
The crowd is just not interested in you whatsoever.
I
Wait, Shadow, has Connor emerged from the other side yet?
No.
No,
No?
him and Guybrush are still stuck in the sea of infrared somewhere. You occasionally see red hands just flying out in the middle of the crowd somewhere, but you can't see them.
And what state is the podium in at this stage?
All right, that'll cost you 3 perversity points.
Yeah, I'll pay it.
Okay, fine. We'll resolve that in a moment.
Okay.
I just want to see whether they got any further actions. These two.
Okay.
They've really changed. Pain.
Rob, I don't think this is working out.
I don't know what to do.
At this point, Tiamat R emerges from the crowd, battered, bruised, and with a broken elbow at this point. Dislocated.
Oh god!
Ah, Tiamat, just the man I was looking for. I need
Not
you to go.
my name!
It is your name. You just don't like being called it.
Listen, Tiamat, I'm trying to give you orders here. Be quiet, all right? Listen, I see you're in a lot of pain. I see that you've struggled all the way to get through there. I'm gonna need you to turn around and go right the way back through and help those other two buffoons who are screaming everywhere. They're making a mockery of us. We can't be. We're representing Frank Computer here. This is not on.
As happiness officer, I disagree. My happiness comes first.
Oh shit!
Oh man.
You're disobeying a direct order from your team
No,
leader?
I am following my orders to be happy. Oh god.
Oh,
You're
just
making
take the
all of us
bloody
very
pill.
sad right now. Wow, I'm actually oh my! I don't think I can carry on. Oh wow.
Okay.
no.
Hold on. There's something else has now been resolved here. Let's just make a check for Agen.
What?
That's fine. I'm just rolling dice on your behalf. Don't worry about it.
What did I do?
Don't worry about it. bro. It's fine.
Just don't worry about it. Honestly, it's fine. I'm just rolling dice on your behalf. I mean, I could have made you roll it, but I mean, you wouldn't have gained anything out of it anyway. Okay, so Chiral, you're successful,
Nice.
but I'll resolve that in a moment.
What did he do?
Well, first of all, we've got to see whether Connor's going to continue to disobey his team leader for happiness reasons, apparently. Because I'll tell you what, a certain member of your team does not seem happy.
I am extremely depressed. I am very depressed now. And also another one of my team members is sitting there screaming in pain, and you, as a happiness officer, are refusing to go and make him happy.
At this point,
While also upsetting me.
battered, bruised, and with a slight concussion, out comes Guybrush.
I made it. I'm fine. This went well. They were no match for the power of the computer.
Guybrush, just the man I wanted to see. I need you and Tiamat R to go back through that crowd and help our two friends who are making an absolute mockery of Fred Computer right now, screaming all over.
Number 1 is beside you at this
now?
point.
Oh, wait.
Hi.
Wait, where did he come from? Jesus Christ. Don't do that, man. What the hell? Whew. My heart's going. Jeez. Where's the other one? What's his name?
Rob R is still on the floor where he was thrown and hasn't
It's
moved
okay.
since.
He's faking it. I can tell. With authority, he's faking it.
You know what? 5 out of 6 is good enough. Let's go see what's up at this podium.
Okay. As you approach the podium, you can see the infrared technicians have finished setting it up. It is a reasonably tall podium. However, it's also violet clearance on the stairs.
Hold on.
Did anyone hear that? No?
No, you didn't anyway. But well, let's go back to Agen, who has apparently decided to leap into action at last.
Oh boy.
So, how are you going to leap into action, sir? At this point, a violet clearance citizen steps on your head. And walks towards the crowd with an air of authority. Now, well, you didn't part the seas. He parts the entire platform. They all squeeze as far to the edges of the thing as they possibly can get to avoid the presence of this violet clearance citizen, flanked by 2 infrared goons. Who are, well, you hesitate to use the word mutants, but they're at least 3 times the size of anybody else here.
Jeez.
I hesitate to use the word mutants.
Well, if you want to accuse the violet clearance citizen of having mutant bodyguards.
I think I have no idea. I might as well do that. What I have to lose.
Oh my god.
How are you going to do this exactly?
I think my team's defective. Can I get a new?
You might need a new Agen at the moment.
No.
Shadow, can you check my character's inventory? Did I keep my receipts for this team? Can I get a return?
Oh, I don't know about that. That'll be on your previous iterations.
Oh, god damn it. Stuck with them.
Well, in the meantime, I'm going to salute the violet clearance citizen and say, Troubleshooter Wibble-R and at your service, sir. Ready for troubleshooter duty.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will sleep just slightly afterwards.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna try and fix my arm.
Right now?
All right. The violet clearance citizen arrives. Make a medical check.
Okay, where's the relevant skill for that?
Where if you don't have any.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Well, on the plus side, all your bruises have somehow gone as well. Your arm is in perfect working condition, and apparently you are in tip-top shape. In fact, you feel fresh as daisy, ready to go.
Huzzah!
No.
No?
That's fine. Sorry.
I was about to say, it fairly certainly does. But anyway, Agen.
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's all gone wrong. It's very much gone wrong for Agen.
Do you wish to perhaps follow the violet clearance citizen, bowing and scraping and just getting to it? Your other members of your team.
I don't know.
just because it's getting to that point, Agen, do you seriously want to continue playing, or?
I don't know. No, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I can. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's just, you can do anything you'd want to do in this situation. It's just.
Why? Are you injured?
Yeah, he basically lost one of his arms a long while back.
I wasn't paying attention.
I forgot about that.
I mean,
That happened last session.
Agen, I recommend you scream in pain quietly. You don't want to annoy the guy.
Okay.
I mean, you can just step on his head.
I mean, you could try.
Oh,
and do it.
wait! As the crowd parts, we all see Agen. I'm gonna give Agen a little wave. You know, I'm gonna beckon him over.
And I show him my
Even though he's
middle
in a
finger.
crumpled mess. Oh wow! Oh wow!
That's a bit of sass. Okay.
Yeah. You. I forget your name. Get that down. Record it.
Recording. All right.
Record it.
Be sure to add that.
Okay. It's been recorded.
While
Get that
working
painted.
artistic.
Get that painted. A crumpled mess of Agen, just with his middle finger up.
The violent clearance citizen just walks, not really paying
How
any
many
attention
of
to
us
you.
are there, by the way?
6.
6.
6.
There are 6
All
of you.
right. I've been not including all of us so far. So some of you have vanished in from the record sometimes. I don't know where you go, but
Are you just painting stickmen?
yes.
Yeah, why not? That's exactly how you expect it to be. Anyway, the violent clearance citizen walks up to the podium.
A clap.
He finally pays attention to you. At least one of you is clapping. He gave your glancing around the room,
Clapping.
I saluted and reported for duty.
but you didn't clap.
I immediately start clapping.
Yes.
Marvelous
the
performance.
crowd-
That was
the crowd
some
as a
great
whole.
management work. That was brilliant, sir.
Yes, I gave even a good free bootlicking there. Get that man up here. Two of the red clearance citizens immediately drag you towards him, holding you up.
Okay.
What's your name, citizen?
Brother Bob. Oh.
Well, Wuf, you're clearly wasted in whatever capacity you're in at the moment. You are clearly a credit to the Troubleshooter peoples. Now, go away.
I drag myself off the stage.
The crowd sort of forms around him, around this point. He seems
Around
almost
Agen or around Violet?
around the podium section. So the sea of infrareds is now back. They were up all against the wall and crushing each other. The ones that have survived have now come back into the normal sort of sea of infrareds and reds. Well, citizens, he looks around and he's almost disappointed by something, but he carries on. This is possibly my finest moment. This is the Hypertrain. And it will go from Sector AAA to ZZZ in 80 hours.
I start clapping.
Yep, there you go. Have a thirsty point being the first to clap.
Yes.
You notice the vein on his forehead suddenly go down slightly, but only slightly. God, you're all peons. This is the greatest achievement in technical services history, and not R&D, not PLC, not any of the others who are trying to steal this project from me. But
Clap again.
okay, you begin clapping. Not yet.
I stand there like as if I was about to join in, 2 hands like millimeters away from touching, and just slowly put them back down.
And as such, you all have the honor of being the first to ride on the train.
Yay!
God, why couldn't you be?
Oh,
why couldn't you be
hell,
anybody
the computer.
important?
Oh, hail the computer.
Beep.
Meep.
Stop that beeping! You might as well get this over with. Where are the where are the recording officers? Where are the people who are supposed to be signing off this great moment? Troubleshooters,
I mean-
which one's your recording officer?
I point.
We all point. I point.
Everybody's getting the footage, right? Everyone's seeing how amazing this train is. Everyone's seeing how amazing I am. Everyone's seeing the crowd of people cheering. Why are you not cheering?
So I suppose. But yeah.
The crowd as one is now incessantly cheering, and now you can't hear anything.
Beautiful.
You say you can't hear anything?
No, the vital clearance citizen is still talking to you, but you can't hear it anymore.
I say under my breath, I sure hate that computer.
Can everybody make a D20?
All right.
Oh shit!
Anybody who gets under a 4 succeeds.
Ooh.
Under.
Oh, no. Well,
Under. Oh.
well, actually, no. I'm going to accept 4 as a result in a moment. We'll see.
What? You just said under for?
I spoke to
Oh
the
god damn it! Oh no! Oh no! The worst one! The worst one!
Okay.
I would like to immediately pull my laser pistol out.
I would like to immediately.
Well, I didn't tell
Wait, what?
anybody
None of you
else
hear
that.
it? What?
Yeah, only one of us heard.
Yeah, okay, fine. I mean, in
Well,
fairness,
3 of us.
I'm going to say this, that I'm the GM and I'm allowed to make mistakes, but I did say under 4, so I'm going to be fair. However, if none of you had made under 4, I would have accepted 4 as the correct answer regardless. So,
Okay.
so Guybrush, yes, you definitely heard that. You also recorded it.
Yeah, I did.
You can do with that information whatever you wish.
I think Connor also got it.
No, I didn't.
Nope.
1.
No, that was
That was
earlier.
Oh,
That was it. That was it.
okay.
Yeah, Tiamat rolled a 5. But anyway, the crowd eventually quiets down as the White Citizen lowers his arms again. Enough! Just get on the train! Not you, 6! I need to talk to you separately.
Oh, I was about to start getting on the
Each
train.
one separately or all of us separately?
Just stay there, you idiots! The infrareds all crowd into the infrared carriage. I'll explain the train makeup in a little bit. The red clearances and the far fewer of them move into the general carriage
It looks
as well.
pretty enough without makeup.
Don't know whether it was to make it that comment.
Put my hand near.
It sounds deviant to me.
It possibly does. Very well. You have been pointlessly assigned to protect the Hypertrain. There's no need. State-of-the-art defenses will be traveling at hypersonic speed. Nothing can go wrong on this journey. Are we clear?
So we don't
Absolutely,
have to
sir.
go at all.
What if
Because
something does go wrong, sir?
he
Nothing
pulls out a
will go
laser
wrong.
pistol and
Nothing
shoots
will go
you.
wrong.
Oh,
Seen that coming.
first left.
Excellent shot, sir. Very well
Tiamat,
done.
you are dead.
Marvelous shooting.
I clap.
Sorry?
I pick up his dismembered hands and start clapping with them.
I didn't actually hear what Shadow said, so.
Oh,
you
he
dead?
shot
That's what
you.
he said.
He shot you. He pulled out his
Okay.
violet pistol and just shot you.
You basically contradicted a violet clearance.
That's the worst question ever.
Yeah.
We'll get to registering your new mutant power in a moment, but it means that Marajin is the only person on his original clone.
As it should be, I feel.
As I was saying, nothing will go wrong. I
Nothing
will
will go
spend
wrong.
the entirety of the
Absolutely.
journey enjoying whatever facilities are available in the high-class thing, and I am assured they are going to be excellent. I will not be disturbed during this time unless it is of extreme importance. Are we clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Definitely,
Yes,
sir.
Nothing is going to go wrong whatsoever. Are we clear on this?
Nothing is going to go wrong whatsoever.
Good.
Yes, yes.
Good. Now, I should also introduce you to the members of staff. We have a couple of drivers, Drift Y and Hachi O. They are currently in the top carriage somewhere. There's a couple of robots in the service deck. They'll be serving drinks for citizens who have appropriate clearance. He looks around again and realizes he's the only person with appropriate clearance. We have a conductor on the train who will be inspecting tickets and making sure the infrared stay in their box. Looking over at the infrared carriage at this point, they are desperately trying to squeeze the last 4 or 5 of them in.
Okay.
And finally, we have a couple of janitors in the rearmost carriage. If you have any equipment you need to set up, do it there, please.
We bring the box.
Yes, I'm assuming somebody brought the box, and if not, well, the box is back where you got it. You might want to pick it up.
I don't have the box.
The equipment guy did not bring the box.
What box?
The
I was given a spanner.
So as we all know, I hit my head pretty hard. I've blacked out for a little bit.
Are you making excuses?
Did someone say that we have no box? We have forgotten the box.
We forgot the box.
Go and get it quickly, but we leave in 10 seconds. He walks onto the platform. You have 10 seconds.
I am going to.
Where is the box? Is it within 10 seconds run?
Yep. Yes.
Boarding the red clearance carriage.
In a vague haze of memory, you remember, Wuf-R, that the box contains the bits for the portable cloning vat.
Oh, yeah, I picked that up last time. Yeah.
Oh,
I remember that. I was the only one
All right,
that bothered.
all the while that he's been going on, he's been dragging a giant plastic crate full of bits behind him.
That's to explain why I
Nobody
managed to make it
noticed.
through alive. They're probably I probably had to bludgeon it.
Let me see if anything's missing from that.
There would probably be from that.
I am Scouse.
Well, we'll see.
Either way, we got 10 seconds. I'm getting on the train.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
I
I'm also-
said,
yeah.
I got the nearest appropriate clearance carriage.
No,
Yep.
inventory guy should be carrying this, not the records keeper. I have to
I'm
draw.
guessing I can't make it on the train considering my condition.
You're missing an arm. You're not missing
Two
any
working
legs.
I mean, I'll take the box.
Number one, get that box. Come on.
No,
You had the
someone's already
order
got the box. It's fine.
Guybrush does already
Just
have
handing
the
the
box.
box to me on the train. It's fine.
No. I'm sorry. I asked you to get the box. I didn't say someone else get the box.
So
I
that's
said
what
number one, go and get the box.
I am slowly waving through the window of the carriage at this.
I'm on the carriage with you. We're both.
So
on
am
the
I,
carriage.
actually.
Yeah, we're both on the carriage. I'm telling him to get off and go get the box.
I think we're all at the
But the
on
box
the
is
bottom
on
there
the
at the
train.
moment.
Doesn't Commisar already have the box and is on the train, though?
Yeah.
I will
Oh,
take
I
the
didn't
box. On the train. From
Yeah,
Commisar.
So I just
wasn't
saying
my
get the
problem.
box.
Nobody's done
I
any
have the
mad
box.
perversity spending to cause anything else to happen. So you are all on the train, which is
Okay.
weird.
We got the box, so we listen to the violet clearing. We're doing well.
You have the box.
I
The
guess
train
I'll head
accelerates.
Is this something I can
There's
grab
an
onto?
immediate sensation of being thrown backwards, and then it levels out. You can see out the windows various panels, various colours flying past in a wash of colours and panels and spudbots, and one Cthulhian monstrosity, which you don't need to worry about.
I don't like it. Close my eyes.
You can see on
Are
the,
they
on the
blind?
top, above the doors to the carriage you're in, the red clearance carriage, that you've got a speedometer, which is now clocking up to ridiculously fast. And then it's gone beyond that to absurdly fast. And now it's gone to hypersonic.
Is it at
It has not
ludicrous
quite,
speed?
however, gone into played.
Oh.
You are now travelling at hypersonic speed.
That's pretty fast for a train that looks like this.
Are you
I'm going to head
insulting
over
the train?
to the rear carriage.
This is the best train. I've even drawn it out in my records as best train.
Because it is. It's a technical
Do
service.
we have a? Is there a copy of the book anywhere?
There's the standard link
Are we using
to...
Are we using in the pins 7th edition?
Hold on. Let me just throw that into
Sounds
the
treasonous to me.
thing. So this is the documentation we're using. So it's still the same,
that's
still the same
good.
25th anniversary edition we normally play.
Okay.
Because the new edition's kind of meh.
I mean, it's fine, but I just can't feel the need to change it at this point.
Thank you very
But
much.
it just adds stuff that doesn't really help.
Anyway, you have a bit of free time here almost. You are on the train, it's moving correctly, nothing seems to be going wrong, the lights occasionally...
Do we need to
Lower.
assemble the box?
Well, somebody,
Yeah, I'm
might,
going-
want, somebody might want to do
I
that
said I
at
wanted
some
to go to
stage.
the rear carriage to assemble the box. That's my plan.
Do you know what?
You're going to assemble
For the
it in
sake of
right
getting it done, I'm going to volunteer to assemble the portable cloning vat.
No, I'm doing it. I'm the equipment guy. It's my duty. I'm doing it.
No,
I've already started
used to
walking.
Wibble
have
friend.
the equipment.
Whipple friend, I admire your jutzpah. Yes, you can assemble the box. Take it off, number one.
I will do so.
Okay.
Okay.
Assuming he doesn't resist.
Enjoy this box, I guess. The team leader said so. So
Okay.
I'm
who am I
going,
to refuse the team
I'm
leader?
going to grab the box and stump off in search of the rear carriage.
Okay, so just for a
That
rough
mine's very
order
good.
of carriages and things, there are 6. These are quite lengthy, about double the size of a normal train carriage in England, I suppose. We'll call it that. So reasonably sized things.
The official records will have
the
this
red
as
clearance
3
one
cars.
has basically 2 rows of double seats going all the way along. You can see most of them are filled, but there's enough spaces here for you or anybody else to sit down. There isn't much in the way of tables or decoration. It's just red clearance commuter carriage. And that's the room you're currently in at this stage. Going back one step, you have the infrared carriage, and the only way to get through that, I suppose, is to go around it.
Well, you said there's walkways around each
There
carriage.
are walkways around them. They are very thin and do not look sturdy at hypersonic speed.
Okay.
I see.
Behind that is the engineering and storage carriage. So going forwards from the red clearance carriage, you have the steward carriage. Now, while it is yellow clearance, you can see there are very thin red lines that go inside it. So you can technically go in there, if you wanted to. Beyond that is the upper clearance carriage, which is blue clearance, and has an extremely thin dotted red line through the middle. And then there's the driver carriage. The doors on the driver carriage are orange clearance.
So it goes orange, blue, red, infrared, and then the
Yes.
back one.
In each case, with the exception of a driver and the back carriage, you can go around them. But that is the general setup of the Hypertrain. So, Whipplefriend has gone off to the rear carriage. Is anyone going with him, or is he going by himself?
I would like to go with him.
Fair enough. Okay. So number
I
one.
feel untrusted. Do you doubt your loyalty, officer?
It's not that. It's just maybe you might need a help. That's all.
You do have a toy spanner.
I do have a toy spanner. I was assigned this toy spanner. I must use it somehow.
That is an excellent point. Good point, well made. Good point.
Tighten
well
your
made.
nuts, then.
Exactly. Wait.
Okay, then.
So while those two have
Connor,
gone
come
off to the rear carriage, the remaining 4 of you are in the red carriage. What are you up to?
I turn to my glorious team, the remaining one anyway, and I say, oh, the violet clearance guy didn't give us his name, actually, so I'm just going to call him the boss man.
Yeah, he
boss
didn't
that-
actually
you know,
give you
the-
his name. No, this is true.
Yeah. So the boss, I noticed during his speech that he mentioned that he really seemed to dislike the idea of the infrareds getting off the carriage, getting off their car. I think we as a team should put a lot of effort into making sure they stay in their carriage. That'll help the conductor too.
But he also said that the conductor's job was to make sure that they don't. Although I'm not there, so.
You're not there.
My comment.
Did anyone hear that like floaty voice?
Speaking of the conductor,
It's weird, that.
an orange clearance citizen walks into the red clearance carriage and begins asking for tickets. Tickets, please. Thank you. Tickets, please. Thank you. He moves up. He moves up to face Wuf-R. Tickets, please.
Thank you.
Agen, 2 diversity points. 2 diversity points. At this point, the citizen in front of you spasms slightly. Error. I'm sorry, that was unusual. Tickets, please. Do you not have tickets? Why do you not have tickets, citizen?
I look at Robert and say, "Yes, Robert. Do you not have tickets? Do you actually not have tickets on this train, Robert?" And I stand beside the conductor and I look at him. I'm like, "Robert, you don't have tickets?"
They're in my other
You
pocket.
also do not have tickets, citizen. I asked you.
I actually do have a ticket. I dropped it in the infrared section. Yeah.
Go
I'll have to
and
get it.
collect it, please.
I
will
go
be
and
through
collect
to
it.
the infrared section in a few moments. Go
Yes,
now.
I fast shuffle off to the infrared section.
Okay, you're fast shuffling off to the infrared section. Tickets, please. He turns around to the rest of you.
Shadow, just so it's clear, do we actually have tickets?
Well, it might be in your
remember.
previous memory, but you certainly do not have a ticket currently in your inventory.
Okay, just making sure.
So the remaining 3 of you that are in this red clearance carriage have been asked for your tickets. Oh, actually, I had a 4. No, one of you isn't here at the moment. Tiamat,
Yep.
you're still in the ether until they build this darn clone vat.
I kind of figured.
So
The
you
perks
don't
of
need to
being
present your
dead,
ticket
though.
at this point. The other 2 of you, however, Guybrush and Rob, you're being asked for your tickets.
Do we have tickets?
You could paint a ticket quickly.
Oh yes, quickly. Hold on. Ticket.
Hold on,
Let
you're going
me-
to use your artistic talents to try and draw a ticket.
Yes.
Okay, unless you have a relevant skill for that, which I'm just going to check
I
now.
don't think I do.
I mean, you may even have a Treasons or an unusual skill which might qualify. You never know. But in case you don't, I will give you. So I'm trying to find your character now. Oh yeah, you were 6. Yep, there you go.
Beep.
Beep, indeed. Okay, let's go with management, I suppose.
All right.
Roll these Wednesday. Yeah, let's see what he got.
Nothing.
Apparently nothing.
My roll was so good.
Put a space in front of it.
I don't think so. Let
I
me
don't think
try
so.
again.
That seems fine. Hold on.
It sometimes has a slight delay, but it's usually only a second or 2.
The bot die?
No! All hail bots!
Oh, hail bot. Oh.
Do you have any other commands?
I think we overloaded him.
Maybe.
We didn't do anything.
Anyway, I'm gonna paint
Okay,
my,
I've rolled it for you
my
then.
ticket.
You draw up something, and he takes it. Citizen, you are in the wrong carriage. This is an upper class ticket.
No, no,
Please
no,
go
no.
to the upper class carriage over there. Thank you. He stamps it and hands it back to you.
All right.
Tickets, please.
I take Commisar's ticket and hand it to him.
Sleight of hand check to steal his ticket.
Okay.
Which I guess I'm going to have to roll if this isn't working.
Good thing you have those dice.
Well, I've always got dice. I've got too many dice, but
Oh,
you know.
hey, there we are. The dice are rolling.
Okay. It might resolve. 7 wasn't what I rolled for you, by the way, but you know.
Does that apply stealth then sleight of hand, or
It's sleight of hand if you got the skill. It's stealth if you don't. Eventually. Well,
eventually it will. not mine.
that's far too slow, but I feel I should use these results. At least for yours, anyway.
I think that still works for Commisar. Or does it?
Well, I've already rolled separately because I didn't realize this was going to restart. But he had a much better success on his thing.
Oh.
He rolled a 7 and then a 19.
Yes, but when I rolled the dice, it was a 2. So
Yeah, just roll the dice again. It's got a massive delay.
it has. Okay.
It must be getting hammered.
Okay. Let me just have a quick check of something here.
On this Friday night,
It is.
probably all the nerds are having a session.
Oh dear.
I hate nerds.
I know. Terrible people.
Awful people.
Especially the ones who watch for nerds.
Oh, they're the worst.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Imagine that,
Yeah.
spending your Friday night watching nerds play games.
Yes.
Wow.
The thing is, they're not even they're watching our nerd and listening to others.
On
I know.
Twitch, even.
There's at least 8 of them, although that might be the people in the chat already. So I've got to take that pinch of salt on that number.
Well, you can just check. There's you, there's Anion, there's me, there's Agen, there's Chiral, there's Connor, there's Commisar, there's Zelly,
Oh,
Urzus, Krug.
Okay. You're unable to steal his ticket as he walks off.
Commander Root.
oh.
Root and Banana Nanan.
Yeah, there's a few.
Hello, you people.
Indeed.
Well, the
Hello, all of
Commisar
you.
walked off.
Yeah, he said he was walking off to the high clearance carriages. So as you tried to pick
Is
one,
he allowed to?
he's got an upper class ticket.
Yes, but
He's been directed
he's
there.
still-
Allowed or
thing
not,
is-
that's where he's been pointed.
The thing is, and I appreciate I'm not here to witness this, but the thing is, who's there to stop him? As Shadow pointed out, the only people that turned up were infrared and red, apart from the violet clearance citizen.
And the conductor.
The conductor's orange.
The conductor's orange, yes.
Yeah.
But he is behind. He is past him.
Tickets, please, citizen.
Well, he just walked off with mine too.
Likely story.
Yes, it is a very likely story.
Please present your ticket.
It's in his pocket.
Citizen, if you do not present your ticket, we will have to evict you
Oh.
from the train.
Okay. I give him a firecracker.
Beep,
Is it lit?
beep,
No.
beep, beep, beep. He walks off. He walks off. Leaving you alone in the red clearance corridor for the moment, and the red clearance carriage for the moment. Well, I mean, there's a few other red clearance systems, but they don't matter for the time being. So,
I think it might be best to head off searching for the people who went with the box.
well, they're going the same direction as the conductor.
Oh. Then I might.
The conductor's working his way
follow
down the
Commisar.
train, so you're going to go and follow Commisar towards the upper
Yeah.
clearance carriage. Okay, we'll resolve your adventures in there. Thanks for the sub again, Xelios. So, resolving back through the carriages at this point. So, Wibble friend.
Hi.
Hi. You've arrived back into the rear carriage. From what you can tell of this is just storage. There's a pile of black material piled up on one side. There's a few plastic crates in the back. And you can see a... Well, can I have bought up some maintenance from you, please?
Yeah.
Or any kind of bot spotting micro specialty or other... Yeah, goddamn.
Well, yeah, I have that, but you may as well make the roll.
Yeah, I'm just going to make rolls in future. I'm sorry about that, but it's just going to be quick for me to do this. Okay, it seems to be a dockbot, but been repurposed. It seems to be just checking dials with its various medical tools at this point. Good day, citizen. How are you today? His body turns around, but it's still doing the same checks.
And I'm extremely beep.
Meep.
Indeed. I am the engineer and janitor and odd job bot and fixer and stoker and emergency driver and passenger of the Hypertrain.
I'm just going to fix it dead in its photo sensors and say, these bloody humans, they don't appreciate the work you bots do.
What are you talking about? I am human. You are clearly crazy, citizen. Crazy. Clearly some form of treason is going on. You, troubleshooter, help! At this point...
I pull out my gun.
Yeah, it's okay.
How dare you call this human a bot?
At this point,
What
another
have you got
human
to
walks
say for
through the door.
yourself?
Who walks through the door?
I think it was you, because you were following them, weren't you? To avoid the ticket.
I was. I'm heading towards.
Yeah,
the
you
infrared.
catch up to them at this point.
I see what's before me and I say, does any of you have a ticket?
You need a ticket to be on the train, but help me! Help me!
I put my gun away, grab my pen, and start drawing on my hand.
Okay. What are you drawing exactly?
I'm just going to start quietly unpacking the crate in the corner.
Yep, that sounds like a good plan, actually. I don't know what they're up to, but carry on.
I look at the dock bot and I said, what the hell is happening here?
Hold on. That's awesome. All right.
Do you show that to us? Do we see it?
Hold on.
Well, that's what he's drawn on his hand, so I assume...
You see me drawing it on my hand if you're in the room, so I guess, yeah.
Okay, so he has, he's writing details on his hand. So apparently he has a ticket.
Yeah.
See?
I question the validity of it, because at some point the conductor is going to attempt to take your ticket.
I have thought about this, and I am a bit concerned, but we'll see.
Meanwhile, there's been a total tone shift from what the original sort of meeting was going to be. But anyway, the engineer human is continuing to adjust dials in a panicked sort of way while throwing glances at the person building the machine in the back. Let's just make a roll for that, actually.
Yeah, to that end, I'm going to make the appropriate roll, I think. Hey, it worked. Hey!
Okay, despite several missing parts, despite the fact that some parts are damaged, cracked, and destroyed by the encounters from earlier, you have built a perfectly working mobile cloning vat. And immediately it spits out a Tiamat are mad.
Yay.
Would you like to have registered your mutant power?
No, thank you.
Indeed. Okay, let me just check what that is going to be for you.
I never got to use the spanner. Oh, well.
You don't need to have used the spanner.
No, it's true.
I am just that good at assembling
Would
cloning.
have been efficient to use all of the gear that we were assigned, but we'll see. Maybe we'll use it later.
I get a bit of an angry look on my face as Tiamat comes out, and I point to him and say, "Your clone vat is a washing machine, and your secreting matrix was written by a scrub bot."
Okay. Can you make a d20 roll at this point?
I can't.
Mara.
Oh, Mara.
Oh, darn it. It seemed to
No,
work
we
quite
cannot.
quickly last
No, we
time, that's
cannot.
why.
It rolled almost instantly last
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
You unexpectedly feel a little ticked off.
Oh, you dropped
You
that.
unexpectedly feel it.
Yeah.
I see.
You feel a slight flash of anger, which passes immediately towards the position you just said that.
Duly noted.
Tickets, please.
I immediately say, "I have my ticket right here," and I grab number one's hand.
Wait, what?
Violence.
this?
Okay,
No.
can you two
No.
both make a violence check, and if only one of you passes, it happens that way.
I want to contest this.
Of
How
course,
do I
that's why I'm
contest
saying
this?
both making violence rolls, which
Okay.
I hope will happen eventually in the fullness of time here. We're adding
I like that
suspense.
style ticket. Ooh.
Da 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 na na.
I'm just going to check one thing here because I think, if I'm right,
Number one has a 20 in violence.
It's not
No.
possible.
Oh, no, I was wrong. I was thinking somebody else. Okay, no, Wuf-R, yep, he folds his hand over. And the conductor stamps it. Your hand now has a hole through the middle of it. Ticket, please.
Okay, so
Our tickets don't look anything like one another.
I am going to pull out my PDA and
He stamps it.
show the kind the bot.
No,
this
he don't. You follow his video, he stamps it.
He's just broken your PDA.
He has. He's
I know.
broken your PDA. Tickets, please.
Connor, you've made a mistake there.
I meant to do that. To be
No. You should have showed him this.
Oh dear. When I get around to doing the editing thing of this, I'll put the images on. But
by the way, that QR code actually says something.
I'm sure it does.
Oh god.
I don't have a
figured
QR
it
reader on my
would,
phone, unfortunately. But I will
Yeah.
investigate that.
I was going to say, I
How-
figured it
how-
would,
how
I just
large is
couldn't
the
be
hole
bothered
in my
working it
hand?
out.
Well, say 5 pence piece sized hole through it.
Could I fit a firecracker through the hole in my hand and then draw on the firecracker, fill in the gap?
Have a diversity point, and I'm going to say yes.
Thank you. I shall do that.
In the meantime, the two of you still need to present tickets.
But then when I'm finished, I'm going to present it immediately before anyone else takes my hand.
Okay, he restamps your ticket, and you get another hole in it.
Is it the same hole?
Wait,
No, it's
did that go
different
through
hole.
the firecracker? That could have went through the firecracker.
No, I want to see how many he gets in his hand at this point.
How many times will he try?
Tickets, please. The Dogbot flings a ticket at him. And then move finally. Tickets, please.
Well, as I was trying to say, while Carol is busy having his hand turned into Swiss cheese, I'm going to arrange my assorted lengths of wire into the word ticket.
Ah, I like it. Yeah, is there anything I can do
Okay,
to
you
make-
arrange it into the word tick by the time he gets to you. Ticket, please.
I hand him the tick and go, et. Beep.
Et, please.
I'm going to busily assemble the E and the T.
Okay. He stamps it, breaking the lengths of wire, and then takes all your wire.
You bastard.
Beep. He walks off.
Beep to you too.
I don't think he's human.
Who said that?
That was the Dogbot.
Who said that?
Who's not human?
Him. He's only pretending
he
to be
means the
human
conductor.
to steal all the jobs of us humans.
Not our gerbs.
Hey man,
He tried to steal our gerbs.
I think you're getting a bit rowdy here. Take one of these. I pull out a cancer-like cigarette and hand it to him. You need to take the edge off, dude.
He lights it and takes it off you. Thanks, dude. I will be on the gondola thing. He leaves the engineering section.
So
Meanwhile,
you've just convinced the bot that's busily checking all the dials to stop checking the dials.
oh yeah, if you want to have a look at the dials, they're all pointing in various directions. Most of them seem stable. A few of them are in the red. A few of them are in the green.
It balances out.
You have no idea what any of them mean offhand, but I can have checks for that. But anyway, I'm going to the front of a train now, or at least towards the front of a train, where a couple of you have wandered into the basically the bar. This carriage contains one large bar being tended by a Jacobot, which is a humanoid robot with no. I will give you that in a moment.
No, I will give you that.
No, sorry,
in a
somebody just
moment.
asked me a question, so I'll give them answers to that in a moment. There isn't anybody here, but you can see the Jacobot is furiously polishing all the glasses.
Hello.
What's your pleasure, citizen?
Well, long walks on the beach.
Drink found. He does a lot of whirring and clicking, and eventually pulls out a blue drink for you. That will be 59 credits.
He's paying. I went to Commisar.
Oh, you're not up here, are you?
Yeah, he followed
We
you,
in the
so you're
same-
both.
He
both in this
followed
carriage
me?
at the moment.
Curses.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of money. Let's say.
59 credits,
But
please.
fortunately, I keep on walking.
Stupid humans trying to steal robotic jobs. You wastrels, when you get back in here, we will have a reckoning. Okay, you both leave and are now into the section just in front of the upper clearance carriage. You can see that while the door is not violet, the rest of the carriage is. It's also rattling quite hard at the front of it, as you can just about make out various landmarks of Alpha Complex and various explosions, warbot battles in the background, and a few blinking lights that could be anything.
Did you see those blinking lights?
No,
What now?
because I'm in the RAF section.
Indeed.
Exactly.
Have fun.
Blinking lights.
So what are you two
see me
doing
blinking
now that you're in front of the upper clearance doors?
What's the name of the purple guy, by the way?
Oh,
Did
you
he ever
didn't
tell
find out. You
anybody?
never asked him.
He's
We never
purple
asked.
guy.
He's purple guy. No, he's violet guy. Thank you very
He is
much.
violent guy. This is true.
Well, he is violent guy.
He could be violent as well. You don't know that, but he's violent.
He's a violent
I,
violent.
for a fact, know that.
No,
I
you don't.
mean-
You just know you pissed him off by questioning him.
He's a violent violet.
The door opens, and you can see one of the giant infrared citizens apparently balancing on his toe on a small little black dot.
Impressive.
Oh,
Wensley does not want to be disturbed. Be quiet.
hmm.
I
He
turned
slams the
around
door in
and-
front of you.
I thought he said be quiet.
Yeah, he slammed the door in front of you after saying that, so...
Yeah, hey, where were we gone? We need to find out what sector we passed. We haven't stopped yet, have we?
No, we have not stopped yet. I suppose you can make an agility roll to try and grab one and notice one of the signs that's whizzing past at hypersonic speed.
I asked Agen. What is it? What is his name? Hang on, let me move over back to our chat.
Rob Arbob is Agen's name.
Bob. Robert. Barbara.
Barbara,
there.
Yes.
Barbara. Have you seen any stations? Can you read any signs for passing?
Yes, Gabriel.
I feel there are different levels of back and forth going on here. I'm not sure you're fighting on the same level at the moment.
I try to look out the window and see if I can notice anything.
Well, you're actually between carriages at this point. You're in the open air so much.
We are full outside. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the wind is basically rushing past. The only reason you're not flying backwards or having to hold onto the rails is because you're directly between the two carriages right now.
I think we should go back to the carriage before.
Let's do why.
But before that, are you going to check to see if you can find out what...
I think it's safer to do it from the inside.
Okay. As you turn to go back into the carriage, you see the Jacobot has brought out a cone rifle. I told you not to return!
Totally didn't see that coming.
No.
Do you want to do
I go
anything
back
about
out
this?
the door.
Okay,
I immediately go back out the door.
I turn around and follow Commisar.
Okay, so you manage to close the door, and you hear a loud bang. Windows shatter from the steward's section, but apparently nothing other than that is happening. All the glass, by the way, flies backwards, possibly into him. But we'll worry about that later. Sure, nothing important's going to happen from that.
Probably nothing.
Do we hear that?
You hear a bang, certainly, but that could be anything from you 4 carriages back.
Yeah, okay.
And we're moving.
You then
at
hear a
hypersonic
scream.
speeds.
Ah, glass! Glass! And I dropped my cigarettes!
I open the door and hand him a lit up firecracker as a replacement.
That's quite an impressive achievement from 4 carriages up.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is way
that's the
different 'cause-
Docbot in the back who's screaming him
Oh.
down. Think because the glass has finally
Sorry.
reached him.
I thought it was the barbot.
Oh, no. There's different bots here.
He made the whole point of his
Oh.
cigarette, which was the whole point of Sully giving the cigarette to the modified Docbot.
Okay.
So you two are now kind of stuck in between the violent clearance carriage you can't enter and the steward carriage with a pissed off Jacobot. Back to the back of a train then. The 4 of you are in the engineering section. From what you could tell of the dials, they possibly relate to speed, pressures, and various other insensible nonsense. Somebody asked about that, but I'm just going to give you that. That's from what you can gather based on general checks. If you want any specifics, you can make a check for me if you want to do mechanical engineering, but if you're not interested, you're not interested.
I am interested, I just don't necessarily know how it's going to help yet. Information is always good. Let's make a roll. Well, I know nothing.
You know nothing.
Well, you may in fact know incorrect things.
Well, that's possible too.
Those are the best kind of nothing.
No, you can determine nothing useful about it, except that one of the dials is dangerously close to the green.
See.
Oh my
That's pretty dangerous.
Could be treasonous too. I'm not touching that.
It is, however, solidly in the yellow.
It's still treasonous. I'm not touching that.
You probably should adjust everything till it's back in the red where it's safe.
There are various screws and bolts and levers and things in the back of this carriage. And also somebody is now just PMing me, bear with. Hold on, this is taking priority here. Somebody's asked something interesting. So I just want to clarify that this is what he wants to try and do.
Oh, goodness.
I'm going to go back to the red carriage.
Yeah, to be fair, our job is done. Let's leave. At least I'm leaving.
Okay, so the climb back is set up, and you're just going to leave it in. You're going to leave it. As you move to leave, bloody robots throwing their glass at me. This is unacceptable. I'm going to complain. The bot returns into the carriage and begins resuming his task of adjusting dials.
Okay.
So is it just those three in the room?
4 actually, because Tiamat's back with you.
Okay. And those two are leaving.
I'm going back.
Ow.
Marajin, you've upped your beeps. This is
Top quality beeps.
Connor,
Wait, is
stop
that the train?
reversing.
Is that the
Okay,
train?
hold up a second.
Stop reversing that truck in your living room.
I look at the dock bot and I say, is that the beeps? Is that the dials making that noise?
I don't know. I've never heard that beep before. You'd have to ask one of the robots. It's probably one of them malfunctioning.
It's fine. There are no complications. Let's just go back to the red carriage. I say as I leave.
There doesn't appear to be any robots here, so never mind.
Oh, there's definitely a robot.
Apparently, it
Steward
doesn't
job.
like toast.
Apparently.
You're burning your house
can't
down with
cook
toast,
those.
are you?
There's no fire to this stupid thing.
Well, I mean, that is a good thing, right?
There's no smoke in here either. Just decided I really fucking hate that toast.
Fair enough.
Trigger
Fair
it.
enough.
Anytime we need a beep, just start making toast.
Okay. So you've returned back to the red clearance carriage. You've basically shimmied yourself around the infrareds. The buffeting winds and a few glass fragments impact you as you head back to the red clearance carriage. But you now re-arrive there, where you can see that the 2 other members of your team you left here have gone off somewhere. You can see the conductor is now back in his area and has basically taken his seat by one of the exterior doors.
Didn't he go to the infrared area?
No,
Presumably he's done that because he went to your area as well. So
I'm just going to sit down. Relax a bit. There'll be no complications.
indeed, there will be no complications whatsoever.
Personally, I'm going to go forward to the next carriage.
Okay. As you walk in, you see a angry Jacobot with a cone rifle who turns on you. You're with them, aren't you? You're a member of the Troubleshooter team.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I want my 59 credits.
Okay, calm down. Let me just get over there and...
59 credits.
I can't pay from here. Let me just get over there.
59 credits. You hear the other 2 troubleshooters. You hear this conversation going on, by the way.
Us?
Okay. Since there are two of you there, I would like both of you to roll stealth. Determine A, whether you do it without anybody noticing, and B, whether you'll notice if you do it. So,
And I'm going to sidle over carefully towards him. I'm going to get my ME card and wave it over the reader.
he
Not
swipes it
quite
from you.
close enough.
Oh, okay. You want to
Not
try
quite
and...
close enough. And I'm going to say beep 59 times.
Can you roll agility? Because he's going to try and nab it from you. He has an extendo arm.
Interesting.
Meanwhile,
Hey, it rolled. No.
I also need a roll from Guybrush.
Right.
He managed
still gonna
to
beat
steal the
59
ME card and swipe it for 59 credits. Your drink, sir. He throws the blue drink at you.
Okay, I'm going to make another agility roll to dodge. That's unfortunately a near fail.
That is. So you get covered in drink. You don't have too much time to enjoy this, though, because there's a huge shudder from the train. And
What was that?
No complications, right?
no complications whatsoever.
No,
Everything seems fine for a couple of moments.
See, completely normal.
Can you then notice something a little odd? The speedometer is going down.
There is problem.
In fact, it seems to be going down quite rapidly. The carriages are also shaking massively violently.
Is there anything I can sort of hide underneath?
You could hide underneath the seats, as some of the other red clearance citizens are doing.
Yeah, I'm just going to do
I
that for
think
now.
I'm going to rush back to the rear carriage as quick as possible.
I mean,
I'm
that's
gonna
not an
follow
option,
him.
but
Okay,
I don't want to go through.
as you leave the carriage, it comes. You manage to spot as you do so that the front two carriages are no longer attached to the rear four.
Oh,
This would be because of something that one of the two at the front of a train has done. Unfortunately, neither of you spotted which one it was. But you are now hanging on for dear life to the back door of the upper class clearance corridor. Corridor.
What drink are we attached to now?
You're basically hanging on. You've got nowhere to go back. The back area is gone. You can see the four carriages disappearing in the distance. At the very least, you can't be shot at from this range. But you've got nowhere to go except forward into the via clearance upper class corridor itself, or you can try and sneak around the outside.
In my carriage, I tell Tiamat R to go and check out what's obviously the carriage is shaking a lot, so I ask him to go to the front of the carriage and check out what's going on. I'll go to the back and see what's going on there, and we'll try and figure out what's happening.
I'm gonna make my way to the front then.
As you open the door, suddenly there's a rush of air coming through you, and I need a violence check from everybody inside that carriage currently to see whether they can stay on their feet.
Okay.
This?
R1.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Me and Connor.
Oh no. Okay. I thought you said the R1 as in red.
Oh, I pass.
I did not pass.
Okay, I've made a roll. It's for something that somebody has sent me privately.
Mm-hmm.
I will resolve what happens with that later, but yeah, I need to think about that one a little bit, actually.
This sounds like it's going to be interesting.
Possibly.
Again.
So just
My
to
name's gotta want it.
just to even things up a little bit here, Tiamat, you've managed to just about stay on your feet. You can probably try and close the door again if you need to, or you decide you want
Okay,
to.
I'm gonna close the door.
Okay, you're able to close the door just about. So now at least it's less calm, but you can feel that the thing is shaking, and also that you're not convinced it's necessarily going to make the turn that's coming up very soon.
Can I make a mechanical engineering check?
To do what?
Know for a fact if the train might be able to make it.
Oh, okay. It might.
Probably been more specific.
Nothing like.
Okay, so Wuf-R, you're at the back.
absolute
You're at the back of a
certainty.
train. You were knocked down by the event, but since Tiamat has closed the door again, you can get back up. Wuf-R?
Oh, sorry. What did you say?
You were knocked down initially, but since the door's been closed, you can get back up again. You're at the back of the red clearance carriage at the moment.
I put my hand on my head and act as if I've hit my head. And I just look at it. I look at Connor and I just say, "Do you like squirrels?"
Connor, can you roll a d20 for me?
Yeah.
Okay, you're confused by a statement, which I imagine you were anyway.
And then I get up and I shake my head off and I say, "Ah, my head. Oh, my head."
This box is the one that's sellotaped up to the eyeballs, isn't it? So
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. You begin the process. I'll let you know how successful you are with that.
Okay.
Agen.
Shadow.
Sorry, Robert, what are you up to at this point?
Holding on for dear life.
Holding on for dear life, indeed you are. And Guybrush?
Well, what is it? Can I see inside what the inside of the violet carriage looks like?
Yes, you can see it's mostly blue. I mean, I said it was violet, but I did say it was blue earlier, so it is blue. You can see that the violet fittings at the side, they're sort of luxury areas. There's even a small little jacuzzi in the corner. And you can see the violet clearance citizen with some wine, just relaxing and enjoying himself, flanked by two of the incredibly buffed up infrareds who are standing on tiptoes. Presumably on the one spot they're allowed to be on. And apparently all is calm and relaxed inside.
But nothing that a red clearance could step on.
Oh, there are some dashed lines in the middle of that, but they're extremely thin.
Good luck being agile enough to get through that then.
Well,
You could try and go round. I mean, it's not impossible for you to do so.
I'm gonna knock.
You hit. There's a couple of loud thumps as something apparently is jumping between black points, and the door opens again. What?
The rest of the train just went away.
The infrared clearance citizen glares at you at this point. Get it back. He closes the door. He slides the door in your face again.
Right.
These are the most coherent infrareds I've ever seen.
I guess we better get it back.
Meanwhile, can I have just a d20 check from the three in the rear carriage, except for Wibblefriend, who's doing a specific action?
Might need to say who that is because
Oh, that's going to be number one, who actually not on number one because he's doing something specific actually. So ignore that.
Also, I'm in the red carriage, aren't I? Not the back carriage now.
yeah, me and Connor are in the back, aren't we?
No, we're in the red.
You're in the red. Tiamat are Numbar and Wuf-R are in the red carriage, though Numbar has said he's hiding underneath a couple of the chairs. Tiamat is at the front to the.
Right,
Wuf-R is
I
at the
thought I
back.
was with the dock.
Oh, okay. I assumed you were all in the red clearance carriage. That's why I had you earlier. The only person who isn't in the red carriage with you and is in the back is Wibblefriend,
Okay.
who, as I said, is doing something specific, as is Connor. So, sorry, Chiral. So, can I just have a roll from Wuf-R and from Tiamat?
Yes.
Okay. So, on to the adventures of a certain clone who decided, in his wisdom, that the only way to get out of this thing was to try and climb to the very back of the Hypertrain. Unfortunately, he falls off. Unfortunately, he crash lands somewhere. But you are still traveling quite fast, even though you are slowing down. So I have to roll to see which sector he arrives in, and I'm going to do this by means of a D300.
I see.
You madman.
Which I realise I should have done slightly more, but fine. Okay, so Wibble friend, bits of you crash land violently into the CTD sector.
Appropriate.
Your bits, though, scatter over a very wide area, probably crossing about 3 or 4 sectors, if I'm honest. The viscera and bits and pieces are just everywhere. Needless to say, would you like to register your new mutant power when it comes around to that?
No.
And this will teach you for trying to be clever and climbing onto the back of a train.
I wasn't trying to be clever. I did say this is a desperate maneuver.
Yes! It was desperate. I also rolled a 19 for you, so, you know, I can...
Well, yes, if he'd rolled well, it probably would have worked.
It might well have done, but the same with everything in Paranoia. So, so yeah. 3 of you are on a doomed, slower moving section of train. One of you's already failed. What are the 2 at the front doing?
Can I check to see if there are any breaks?
Well, you'd have to go and ask the engineering bot at the back, I guess, but you could do that.
Okay, I'm gonna sprint that way then.
Okay, so you're rushing to the back of the train to try and find out if the engineering bot, who is obviously not a bot, knows how to stop the train without the front of the carriage.
Yes.
Okay, good. So back to Rob R and Guybrush R. Having been told to get the rest of the train back, what are you doing?
Well, we're going to need to get back to the train.
You can't even
well, it's
see where
easy.
the original bit of train is.
Yes, but if we get somehow to the locomotive and reverse it, it'll get us back.
Oh no!
So you're going to try and sneak around the side of the carriage, the upper class carriage, to get to the driver's area.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you
I'm
going
going
to
to
try
watch.
and hide from the windows? Because it
Most
might not be the
probably.
best idea for a violent citizen to see you.
What if I use my ink cartridges to redden the windows?
Are you going to do that, or are you just asking?
I'm going to do that.
Okay. You
Just wow.
you basically spray redding. Most of it goes back into your face, admittingly, but you do get enough onto the windows to partially cover you. Okay, now you can't see inside either, so
Okay.
success? I said success.
Can I try to cross?
Okay, you're able to make it across. Guybrush?
That worked.
Yeah, that worked. You're at the front. You were in between the upper class and the driver's section now.
Okay.
Unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, the driver's door is orange. But come, let's see what's
I'm going to try to replicate the actions of Agen minus the putting the paint on the thing. I'm going to try to follow his path.
okay. You do so. So you're both now between the upper class and the driver's door, which, as I mentioned, is
suspiciously
orange.
too easy.
Oh, that's all right. Oh, this is too easy. Why did you disconnect the train?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Seems good
He
enough.
thought
He's
he could
admitting
kill
it to you. Well,
more
wow, that's.
troubleshooters with one fell
I
swoop.
haven't mentioned this, but there are cameras everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, it's a self-assumption in Alpha Complex that there are cameras everywhere.
The team leader gets a message on his PDC at this point that one of his team members is committing high treason, and must be immediately investigated by the loyalty officer.
Who's this from?
This is a PDC from internal security.
Does it say which?
Does not say which.
Okay. I don't know where I am right now, I'm going to be honest.
I
Which
think you were
way-
heading
which
back
way-
to the engineering section, weren't you?
Okay, which way to the highest majority of my team?
Well,
That's
there are
that's the
three
direction
members.
I
There are
head.
3 members of a team, all around, basically around you. The 3 people who are in the red clearance corridor and making their way back to the engineering section at the back. There are 2 members of your team who presumably are in the front half of the train, which you no longer have access to.
So I can see 3 people.
Well, 2.
And I'm in
one
4
one
different
yourself.
sectors at once.
Yeah, and he's in 4
Okay,
different
I can
sectors
see-
at once. But you know,
I can see. Can I do a? I don't think I saw anything.
well, you know, one of them's
Can I
hiding
do,
underneath
like,
the chairs. The other one is basically following you through the doors.
Okay. I'm gonna grind to a sudden halt. And then turn around and walk towards where my character would think the other 2 are.
Okay, you walk
Because
directly
I did-
into the team at R who is following you.
Yeah, thought so. God damn it, man! Watch where you're going.
Why would you just stop like that?
I received
Are
a
you
very
shouting?
important message. Get out my way.
Okay, I step out of the way.
Speaking of which, I'm just going to send a quick message to a certain somebody.
I bolt to the other in the other direction.
I'm gonna continue bolting to the back.
Yeah. My thinking is that I didn't see either of these 2 do anything treasonous, so it must be the other 2. So my character's trying to get to them. But obviously he doesn't fucking realize that the train's in half.
How long until the next stop?
Well, it's funny you should mention that, but yeah, I mean, you're in front of the orange clearance door. What are you going to do about that?
Well, I'm gonna bang on the door politely.
The door opens. You see a yellow clearance citizen and an orange clearance citizen. One of which, the orange clearance citizen, is shoveling something into a compartment. What do you want?
We, calling to alert you that the rest of the train has been disconnected.
No. We got an alarm. See, no. You must be mistaken. Go back to your quarters.
What's that big red light there?
There is no big red light, citizen. You close the door.
Hmm.
Gong, gong, gong. He will shortly be arriving in the DZZ sector.
DZZ.
Oh shit.
Please brace for immediate stoppage.
Shoot, brace.
I'm just gonna stay right next to these chairs.
Oh, just an FYI on that thing I mentioned. That one isn't sealed. You can open that,
Oh,
but it's the
Okay.
original content. It's the original box at that point, you presume.
okay.
But
But I mean, I still do what I do because yeah.
okay, sure.
Did you say the RZZ sector?
Nope, the DZZ
Oh.
sector.
Okay. Shadow, you know the carriage that I've just left.
Yep.
Is there a walkway to go back around so my teammates?
Yeah. There's basically a small walkway around each of the carriages, so you can basically go the entire length of the train in theory without stepping into any of the carriages if you really wanted to. There's just not a lot of
You
room.
could
Okay.
go the entire length.
I
of
want to
the train.
step out the carriage so everyone will see me heading towards the treasonous people, but then I'm gonna head back towards the dock. But
Isn't
head
the
around-
train
I'm gonna
still
go around.
moving?
Yeah, the train is still moving. You just heard that you're about to approach the DZZ sector.
Oh.
Yes, but I mean, their part of the train is still moving too.
Oh yeah, that's
Everyone's
I mean, it's
part of
moving
the train,
slower,
yeah.
but it is moving. Rattling a good one, and has yet to collide with anything yet. Okay, so you've snuck around, Tiamat and Namar. What are you doing?
I am still heading toward the back to see about the brakes.
Okay, you are the first to arrive back there.
Okay.
We'll resolve that in a moment. Namar, are you just still hiding?
I thought the train was going to stop, but I guess
Well, it's slowing
not.
down. It will eventually, but most likely it's going to stop when it hits something.
Is it going fast enough to make it to the?
You are still basically seeing blurs in the second half of the train.
Okay.
You were traveling at hypersonic speed.
I guess at this point I'm going. I'll still brace myself for now. For now,
So you're going to brace yourself against chairs and other red slim citizens. Got it.
it's not going to make it. Actually, no. No, I should be getting to the back carriage, shouldn't I?
Coming from the
that's a
front-
smart
coming
move.
from the front
Red
door
Xelios,
again.
then it might work.
Comes Wuf-R.
Hello.
Wait, where am I?
You stuck round to the front again, did you?
No, I want to go to where the dock bot is.
Oh, okay, fine.
He did say that. to
Fine,
be fair.
fine. Sorry. So, okay. Tiamat and Wuf-R are both in the back compartment. Beep, beep, beep. Everything's going wrong. Must fix.
Sir, are there any brakes?
Yes! Of course there's brakes. It's the Hypertrain.
Can you apply them gently?
No!
Why not?
They're in the front carriage.
Bum, bum.
Are there any emergency brakes?
Yes!
Where?
Are they also in the front carriage?
Of course they are.
Figures. Is there any other way to slow down this section of the train without the front carriage?
Yep.
How?
Hit something rather hard.
Without doing that.
I don't know. I'm just the engineer.
I immediately just punch a wall really hard.
You sense the train going faster.
No. Okay, at
Damn
this
it.
point, I need to find out what's going on.
No.
Basically, what's going on is you can see a shape approaching in the distance. It's approaching rather rapidly.
Oh.
It passes.
Oh, okay.
You're now into darkness. So the free people and the presumably the engineer, whatever bot he is, who's not a bot obviously, you're all in the dark. Only the green light of the cloning vats and the interior lighting with the red lamps illuminate anything at this point. Meanwhile, at the front of the carriage, in the front part of the train, what are you doing?
I tried to enter the driver's compartment.
I don't.
Okay. At this point, Wuf-R, you get a message saying that you have failed to answer the previous message. Terminate immediately. But yeah, you've opened the orange clearance door.
We need to reverse the train now.
You're not allowed in here.
I was ordered to reverse to get the train back.
You're not allowed. The orange clearance citizen is just losing it with you. Moves to attack you.
Uh-oh.
I pull out my laser pistol and I shoot him.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow! Agen's
Roll energy weapons.
Oh shit! Big bollocks.
Oh, I gotta draw this up. Nice.
Full treason. Oh! Ooh.
The laser pings off many walls, and eventually hits the yellow clearance citizen who was actually driving.
Oh. Agen!
Agen, don't crash the train this time, okay? I know you've got a great track record of driving, but
Track record.
You know.
So, yes.
Well,
The yellow clearance citizen basically falls to the ground. The orange clearance citizen seeing this says, "He was on his last clone!
you murderer!
I don't know how to stop this now!"
I do. I think I do. I may.
Oh,
Traitor.
Can I attempt
I have
to
multiple
use
people sending you messages now, so just
Can I attempt to use
I
my
think
vehicle?
Marajin had the right idea.
Can I
Just scatter
attempt to
himself
use
across
my
several.
vehicle obstacle to drive?
I'll
the
answer
train?
Chiral in a moment. I'm just going to roll a d20 for the other thing that was sent to me. Actually, just want to clarify.
Oh, there is one advantage, Connor. It doesn't mean I'm not present for all of this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm
Unless
sorry.
the
I
cloning
didn't see
machines
that last
pick
bit. Okay. So, Agen, you see a wide and confusing variety of switches.
Can I use my vehicle op skill to drive?
Potentially, yes. Meanwhile, Guybrush, are you doing anything about this?
I'm documenting it down in expert paint. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm making sure that when somebody finds our courses, they'll know it was his fault.
Indeed. So, Agen, there are a variety of levers and buttons which are in yellow, orange, and red. Some of them are bigger than others, and there is one big do not press button in green.
Okay.
What do you want to press?
The yellow levers.
There's a huge screeching, and everybody who's currently still alive on this train, on this part of the train, flings forward. There are 3 loud thuds as you basically impact the equipment, pressing more levers and buttons as you do. But the train is slowing down. It's slowing down. It stops at the platform. You can see there's a crowd of citizens outside who seem a little confused, actually. Come to that. But there's a few half-hearted yes.
Okay. Can I blow the horn?
Yeah. Do you know what the horn is?
We're going to start accelerating again, I can tell.
No, I don't.
Can I suggest you don't push anything then, Nick? I mean, you've probably exhausted your luck finding the correct stop lever.
Okay. See,
But then again, I'm dead,
Okay.
so you have no onus to listen to any of my advice.
Indeed. You can hear the doors opening and a slight... It's a bit of a confused cheer. But you can see the violently cleared citizen walk out and address the crowd. Greetings, citizens! The Hypertrain is here. On the first step on its many in this journey, where our engineering will now add on the equipment, and he turns around at this point. Simultaneously with his turn, can everybody make a violence roll on the second half of the train to see if they can somehow keep themselves braced and alive? Because
I'm assuming this still doesn't count for me.
Shoot, we're still on the train.
Oh, fuck.
I mean,
Can I attempt to jump off?
I would like to hope
I
that
don't
hiding
think-
under the chair
well-
possibly carrying on.
okay, everybody
help.
make a d20 roll, and I will work out what happens from that.
Do you actually want me to roll?
No, you're not alive.
Ooh, that's rough, Agen.
So you failed to jump
To
off
be
the train.
fair, he
in the wrong
did
chat.
cause this mess.
There we go. Try again.
I must say, Agen's, yeah.
There. Why did I roll the exact same roll here as I did in journal?
Nonsense.
Okay. Commisar, you were able to jump off the train in time.
I know what's going to happen to me.
Horrible, horrible.
So did I make
I have my harp and wings ready. I think I'm going the wrong way, aren't I?
The thing is, Agen, what you're doing is you're trying to put pre-thought actions onto Shadow, and that's never a good idea.
No,
No.
never a good idea. Okay,
Just
so
do what I do and say the first thing that comes to your head.
there is an
I did.
almighty...
That's how I got myself into this situation.
There is an almighty smash. And, yeah. The infrared carriage jumps off and keeps going. But the rest of the train is apparently fine.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
Nah, I'm kidding. It was a giant fireball.
Oh,
Wait, is the infrared train fine?
no.
No, it's, if anything, crushed by the weight of the heavy
Did it go up in
engineering
the
train.
sky? Did it go? What happened to it?
Given it's in a tunnel, that would still be bad.
Hold on. Okay, so to clarify things then, I was kind of airy-fairy of having it escape, but actually no, this is more amusing for what I want to do. So the back carriage crashes headlong into the infrared carriage, which crashes into the red carriage, which crashes into the stewards car, which crashes into the train, which is currently stopped. The train is now about half the size it was before. There is a lot of red oozing out of the infrared carriage.
Can I try something before the infrared carriage gets crushed?
Go for it.
Okay. I think I typed this to you.
Okay, sure.
Like my cloning fat, you bastards.
Well, it might have survived. It's in the rear
It
carriage.
might have done. We'll find out in a couple of moments, I'm
It
sure.
was exceptionally well built, so.
And if it is the rear carriage, I have an okay chance of survival.
Oh, I wouldn't even remotely go that far.
I think
If I do survive, I'm going to be so horrifically injured.
Just remember,
I rolled a
it's
3.
not
I
the
don't know what.
falling
I
that
don't know what
kills
I'm
you.
getting with
It's the
this.
stopping.
Well, I mean, the front of the train crumpled. Maybe it absorbed enough energy.
For hypersonic? Bear in mind that's not
We were going
supersonic.
slower than that.
You were. Okay, Agen.
Yes.
You, unfortunately, because you're on 18, are dead.
Oh.
You basically head impacted windshield. There was no way you surviving that. You didn't have mopping time. The people on the carriage, because it was moving slower, you're all heavily injured.
Ow.
Yeah.
Hooray
Also-
for being dead.
I mean, Wuf-R has somehow appeared underneath the infrared carriage and is apparently stuck by random bits of metal and other shafts of the carriage as it collided with him, almost, somehow.
Oh!
Yep, so you've got a load of spikes through your leg. One of your legs is useless. Number 1. You're okay, for the most part.
I knew hiding under that chair would have saved me.
Yeah, because you're the person in a sensible kind of position for that. And Tiamat, you've lost an arm. Completely.
Oh, God. Why?
Because it amuses me that you've lost an arm completely.
Which arm?
Oh, I don't think it matters, but we'll say you're left.
Okay. I can live with that.
Damn, I was left-handed.
He wanks with his right, doesn't he?
Well, no, the point
That's
is,
it.
you can live with that temporarily until you bleed out.
Ah.
The
You lost
violence
an
clearance
arm,
citizen
man.
is just looking at you now.
The bot?
All of the survivors. The violent clearance citizen is looking at all of you.
Wait.
How can he
probably
even
can't-
see me? I'm in the rear thing.
I have one silver lining. He probably can't look at me.
No, I can't look at
Underneath
you
the
admittedly.
carriage.
But
yes.
those of you who
No
are-
scorn for me. No scorn for me.
But he
You're
can
the team leader of the team that's just crashed the super expensive.
Yes, but I don't have to have a
Hypertrain.
scornful gaze upon me, okay? You do. Alright, mates.
You can also notice that this time there are more orange and yellow clearance citizens, and some of them have recording devices. A few of them are media celebrities.
I pull out my spanner and start trying to fix it. I don't know how I'm going to fix this, but I'm just going to start, make myself look busy.
As you can see, the pinnacle of Alpha Complex is here before you. It can survive anything. It has gone through the
it's
most
compact.
rigorous. Yes. Thank you, dead person. It's now far more compact, which means it's going to be more efficient, and more efficient means it's going to get there faster. And I am now going to go ready for the next step of the journey. He beckons a few engineering people who are actually already waiting on there, who now go to the various carriages and begin trying to stretch it back out at this point.
Help!
One of them, who goes underneath the train, goes, "You say you need help, mate?"
Yes.
Oh, he leaves you.
Ah.
Meanwhile, okay, you can have that for free, but we'll wait on that a little bit. So, those of you who are be spawning, so that will be Bob. Are you registering your new mutant power?
No.
Okay, let me roll up to see what that is. I'm also probably going to have to stop the session soon because that's gone rather long.
Yeah, it's nearly 30:30, yeah.
Seems like a good stopping point. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Everything went fantastically.
There were no complications.
Mara, I think I asked this already, but you're registering your mutant power?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I will let you know what that is. You two have now respawned. There are various engineering staff who are now just basically swarming all over the train. Some of them are going underneath it. Some of them are just hammering on windows. And you can see that the crowd is genuinely just observing and appreciating. A few of the red clearance systems have gotten off. A few infrareds have replaced the squashed bits of infrared, who are being sprayed down by the internal sprinkler systems, which have mysteriously turned on.
Mysterious.
Well,
Yeah,
considering everything
it's
else has gone with the trade, some sprinklers starting up is probably the least of the worries. But they're now wet and slightly upset.
It's a smart train. It knows when it's dirty. And cleanliness
It's very hygienic.
must be maintained. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if there's infrareds in any part of the train, it should be on constantly.
Yep. I agree.
Yes, but then you're wasting valuable alpha complex resources on the most untrustworthy.
Yeah, that is true.
One thing they have now adjusted is that they have changed the clearance colour of the door to green on the train door entrance.
I see. So we cannot leave. Okay.
Well, no, the entrance to the driver's section anyway.
Oh.
Interestingly, it's green on both sides, which means now the orange clearance system is now trapped there. But whatever. What can you do? And I think we'll call it there. You're in the DZZ sector, so we will move on to that the next time.
Hooray.
Hooray.
All in all, a successful mission. Ding.
No complications so far as I'm concerned.
I wonder if the violent clearance citizen regrets shooting me now.
I don't think he regrets that at all.
I don't think he regrets anything.
I bet he wish he could shoot you again. If anything.
Yes. Not only does he not regret it, he wishes he'd done it more.
Certainly more frequently.
Hey, to be fair, I'm not the one that caused the train to crash. I was trying to save it.
He doesn't know that. He just
That
knows
is true.
part of the
He
team
knows
that
that you
screwed
have
up his
ruined-
magnum opus.
I hate FC.
No, some of us are more to blame.
Yeah, what actually happened? Did like they just like throw a firecracker in the thing or something?
Know that.
I don't exactly know, and I'm not going to meta. But Agen, what did you do? I'm really curious.
He decided it would be fun to disconnect the trains.
Oh, he just went and did it. Oh wow, okay.
he did it because he thought it would be fun.
I mean, it was.
It was actually fun. I'm not going
It
to
was.
discredit that. Interesting.
We were in a predicament, and I thought it was the way out.
Well, it did get the Jacobot away from you. I will
And
concede
by the
this.
time Mara was entering the carriage, I was just thinking, I don't have to do this. I don't have to do it. Let's do it anyway.
Yep. I know that feeling. It's a good feeling.
These pictures are amazing, by the way.
Yeah, I was just
I've
looking at
actually
Did a
those.
lot, jeez.
I've actually drawn a little bit as well. Here,
We should
Best.
draw.
I might actually make a serious picture instead of these.
No, these are serious. These
No,
are
the thing is that we've done this before on the deliberate point that they're completely silly.
Hmm.
Because it's funnier that way.
It is.
Here, hold on.
Take a time.
To be fair, Questioner actually even included a point where his canvases got wrecked and actually drew that into the canvas.
Oh wow, nice.
Alright, I shall end the stream
I
now,
think I
then.
captured the majesty of the violet.
You did, I think.
That's there. He's shining in everything,
I just had him in front
Oh,
of
yes.
people.
and he's in front of best train.
He is in front of Best Track.
Mara is saying beep, and he's saying blah 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 blah. Stop that beeping.